Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 here, back with another drawing video. It's Sunday, so we're back doing another how to draw video. This video was requested by Joe Mama. Thank you very much for the request. Today we're drawing Ace Heat Fist from One Piece. Luffy's brother has the fire power. No spoilers, sadly dies. I was disappointed when Ace died. He's actually one of my favorite One Piece characters. So, yeah, no, we're drawing Ace today. This is going to be a little bit more of a difficult one just because, like, it's a upper torso of Ace, so it's going to be like a, kind of like a fuller body, and he has a lot of muscles, so you got to draw all those in. A lot of detail lines, but we'll get it out, but this is going to be one of the tougher ones. So, get your pencils ready, and let's jump in. Alright guys, so let's jump in here. So to start off drawing Ace, what we're going to do is just do a simple gesture, and we'll start out with a nice, decent sized circle. This is going to be where his head's going to be at. And then you can get like a line of action if you want. It would kind of go down. But then he'd have his shoulders. One would be here. And then his arm would kind of go down and over. He'll have another shoulder about here. And if you want, you can kind of keep him on like a diagonal, like a tilt. His chest would kind of be about here. We'll just kind of box that in. I'll kind of go down to his torso, stomach area, something like that. And then I like starting out with his hand. It'll be on top of his hat, so it'll be somewhere about here. And a line going over here, and then in like that. And then we'll get like his belt part down here. So, yeah, it's pretty much good for like an initial gesture. We can kind of go a little bit further with it. If you want to, you can kind of draw in kind of like really rough in an arm a little bit over here. Again, we're going to be changing it, so don't go too crazy with it. And then just kind of an oval, another kind of oval for the arm here. Then you can get in like the neck, something like that. Again, this is just like a loose blueprint, so we kind of know where to put things when we draw. So we're not drawing like a face that's all the way over here, and then the rest of the body's not like lined up with it. So that's pretty much good for the gesture that we have. So now we could zoom in and do a little bit more detail in the face. So if you want to, you can kind of draw the crosshairs. So we're going to draw kind of like a curved line like this. Another kind of curved line like this, going around. Like that. Now we get the head shape a little bit better. So the head shape will kind of just go down, kind of get to a point here, kind of go up, and then over. And then for a head, it curves up like this, kind of goes out a little bit. It's not like perfectly connects into this, it kind of bumps out a little bit, and then kind of goes down. And then his ear will be about here. Draw a little curved line for that. Then we can get a line going down here for his neck. Another one kind of about right there. So that's good, but before we draw in any more like the face detail, I like drawing in the hat because it kind of covers up everything. So basically draw the hat in. I like drawing like this little kind of box on the very top, right there. And then we're going to get a nice big like oval, basically, right here. And then we're going to get a line hugging the oval really closely on the bottom here. Like that. And now we could draw in two big circles right here and here. And then a series of smaller circles going around the hat. There's one in the middle in between these two. Like that. So that's good. Now we could kind of jump into his face because it's kind of based off the hat. Actually, I'm going to darken in the hat a little bit. Just so it's nice and clear in the video. I'll just darken in this part so far. So we get something like that. And now we could draw in the eyes. We can start off with two ovals, kind of equally spaced apart. Something like that. That looks about right. And then Ace's eyes, they're actually pretty easy. It's just kind of like this line curving up. And then it just straightens out across the top. Kind of goes down. And there's also another little kind of straight line on the bottom there. And then same thing on this side. There's like a curved line going up a little bit. Kind of straightens out, goes down. And then just a little curved line on the bottom here. Like that. And then for his eye, it's just a simple little black circle. So you draw that in, shade that eye in. Same thing on this side. Kind of shade that in as well. Then for his nose, it's this curved line going down like this. And then you get a little bump right here. Like that. Also, his hat's kind of covering up his eyebrows, but if you want to draw them in, it'd just be a little curved line that curves up and over. See a little bit on the edge there. And then kind of same thing on this side, just a little curved line going up, over, like that. And now we can get like a better head shape in. So it'd pretty much straighten out down here. So it'd kind of be like a straight line going down. Kind of curve down, and then kind of curve out. So you get like a nice little curve going in, out. Where the jaw is, it'd straighten out. Be a little bit more round. And then kind of curve up like that. Actually, that's a little messed up. A little bit too extreme. And then curve it up, and over like that. And then for his mouth, it's simply just kind of like a curved line, goes over, and then up. You get a nice tiny little curved line on the bottom there. And it goes up, and just kind of connects in like that. Then you get a little curved line on the bottom here for his lip. And now, you can kind of draw in his hair. Actually, before we draw in his hair, well, we'll put the metal in later. He has like a strap that goes down into like this emblem. But we'll draw in the hair first. So to draw in the hair, it's actually pretty simple. Off the hat, you just kind of draw kind of like these big kind of wavy spikes. So you get one here, be another one about there, kind of go down like that. And kind of erase some of the overlap. And then kind of the same thing on this side, just kind of, and this is going to overlap the eye a little bit. Up there, kind of get another one back here. So just big wavy lines coming off the hat there. It's going to cover up the ear a little bit too. And on the side here, we're just going to kind of get spikes that go out. And just kind of curve down like this. And if you want to, there'd be like one or two on this side of the neck as well. And then just to finish off Ace's face, he has little freckles, like right under his cheeks here. So you just kind of draw in little dots. Or he used to, like later in the series, I guess Oda just kind of forgot to draw those in. But when you first see him, he has like little freckles. So if you want to draw them in, kind of optional, kind of inconsistent in his character. But there you go. There's his face, which is probably the hardest part of the drawing, to be honest. So now we're going to zoom out a little bit. And now we're going to kind of get into his kind of body proportions. So Ace is like basically like a bodybuilder. He's super ripped. So to draw that out, we're kind of going to draw kind of like the musculature, and since he's not wearing a shirt, you see a lot of it. So I'm going to kind of gesture in a little bit more. So he's going to have like a straight line for his chest. His collarbone would be about here, like that. kind of like a chest line. It'd go over and then up like this. So it's like his chest muscles. His body would kind of curve out a little bit and then in, like dip in and then go out. And then you have another line kind of going out here, dipping in. His belly button would be about there. And just kind of straight line curving up. His abs would be about in this area. Like that. And then his arm kind of be about here. And then kind of have a muscle here. Kind of curve in, down. Have a muscle here. Kind of curve in a little bit. Down to the arm like that. And then here we're going to have his kind of bicep. Kind of be in front of everything. You'd have a shoulder here. That kind of just curves in to the neck. And again, I'm keeping it very loose, just kind of gesturing in where the muscles kind of should be. Straighten out about here for the elbow. Kind of go straight into the arm like there. You have a nice little kind of deep curve. Same thing on this side, kind of like a deep curve. Straightens out about there. And that's pretty good for like a rough, like, oh, this is kind of where his muscles are. So before we draw on the body, I want to draw on his hand and finish the hat, just to finish off the head. So basically it's honestly not too bad. Once you have like this kind of gesture down for the arm, we can kind of draw in kind of like this big kind of oval or squarish weird shape like this. Kind of looks like a mitten almost. And then for the fingers, you can draw in a circle here, another one here, another one here, and another one there. And again, the fingers go into an arc, especially when you're like holding something. So make sure you do it in an arc, not just a straight line across. And then we're going to have a pinky going out and then over. This finger's going to go out and then over, go up and over, and then you kind of don't see this finger. That's pretty good. And then we're going to draw the fingers in and connect it into the wrist and the hand here. So to do that, we're going to start about here and just draw a curve line, kind of, or a straight line going over. Curve it down, in and around like this. So this is the pinky. I'll zoom in actually, just so it's easier to see. And then again, kind of here, straight line, curve over, down, kind of in and over, like that. Same thing here, straight line, and it's going to curve down, kind of be behind this finger. And then this finger will kind of straighten out, go down. Again, kind of don't see it. And then it bump out a little bit, and then just kind of go straight into where the wrist is, like that. And then here, it'll bump down and then go over, like that, and then into the wrist. And then into the arm, like that. So we can zoom out a little bit here. So you get something that looks like this. Again, it's going to go straight into the arm here. And then this one's going to go straight into the arm. Kind of straighten out, put a little bit more of a dip in it. Like that. And then this bicep's pretty good, so it's just this big kind of curve line like this. If you want to put a detail line in here, you can. This would be a curve line right there. And there'd be a nice little curve line right here for his elbow. So that's pretty much it for that arm. Now we'll finish in the hat. So since we got the hat in now, if we were to continue it, it kind of gets covered up a little bit, but there's like a little dip in the middle here. Just put a little curve line right there, like that. And then the hat would dip up, over, and just kind of curve in like that. And then just for the details on his hat here, you can just draw a nice big circle like this with a nice slightly smaller circle hugging the inside here. And then off the edges on this bigger circle, you can draw a line and a line. And then just curve it up like that to give it a little bit of depth. And then you're going to draw the exact same shape on this side. Give it the depth. Smaller circle on the inside. And now he has like this is a smiley face, this is like a frowny face. So to draw the smiley face in, you just draw a curved line curving up like this. Draw 3 lines going down, one in the middle, one on the side, and one on the side, like that. And then a straight line and a straight line, or it's on a diagonal going down, but it's straight. And you get like a little curve here and here. And you can shade this in like that. So that's his the happy face. The sad face, it's 2 curved lines like this, curving in this way. And then a curved line going up like this. Another one going up like that. And then same thing, a line going straight in the middle, on the side, and on the side. That's how you draw the happy and smiley face, or the sad and smiley face. And then he has like beads kind of connecting it, so it's simply just draw circles. So you get a nice circle here, another one about here, get a circle here, another one here, another one there. You get one kind of like behind it like that, so because they're wrapping around. So that's pretty much it for his hat, until we draw on the thing. But we'll save that for last. We'll save the metal for last. But since we got now we could finish in his musculature. So I actually like the lines we have for his neck here. So we just kind of darken these in, and then darken this line in. So when you're drawing his neck, it kind of curves into like his shoulder. So to draw that in, it kind of goes out, kind of dips in a little bit, and then curves out to where his shoulder is. And then curves in like that. And then for his neck, you get a nice little curve line on underneath right here. And we're going to start right in the middle, like in the pit of his neck. Draw a line going up, and just kind of curve in and hug this shape. Like that. And now we'll draw on his chest, which his chest will start about here, and it'll kind of be a line going down, kind of curve out a little bit, so you get like a little bit of a bump, then curve in and then over like this. And then you're going to want to keep like a little bit of a gap in between this line and this one, and it's just going to curve over and then up like that. And then we're going to get a line that's very close to this line that kind of just goes down and then over, curve up, kind of straightens out about here, and then curves over, kind of like into the shoulder here, like that. And if you want to, you can draw 2 little detail lines here and here. They're just 2 little curve lines. And then we could get the kind of his collarbone, which is pretty much this shape that we have here. It's like this nice little U. And then it just straightens out on top and goes over, straightens out on top and goes over. And if you want to, you can draw a little curve line here for like it's not a shoulder, but it's like the muscle right here. This is the trapezius. That might be on the back side. But that's pretty good. And if you want to, you can kind of refine this shape a little bit. Just kind of curve in a little bit more. And then just kind of curve out. So this would be like his other shoulder. Alright, and actually I want to make this shoulder a bit bigger looking at it. Because again, Ace is like super jacked. So he has like 0 body fat. So he's super muscular. Just pop that out a little bit more. Alright, and we're going to jump into like this arm before we jump into his stomach. So to draw in this arm, this is actually pretty good for the shoulder. Here we're going to just get like a little curve line that curves in like that. And then his arm will start about here, and it'll kind of start out as a straight line, and then bump out, and then kind of curve in to where this part is. And then kind of the same thing on this side. It's going to curve down, kind of bump out, and then go in like that. And I'm going to stop about here because he has like this shoulder pad or elbow pad. And you draw that in by like getting these two lines kind of near the same. Draw a curved line connecting them. And then you're going to get a nice kind of like oval that goes around it like that. And then we're going to get kind of a similar shape, kind of curved line right here. Kind of oval hugging it like that. A line going out here and down. You kind of see like the back of the shoulder or the elbow pad right here. And then here we're just going to kind of draw a curved line in like this. Curve it in and over. Kind of following the gesture that we have actually. Like that. And if you want to, you can draw in a nice little curved line right here for like the pit of his arm. That's good. And now you could draw, we'll draw in, he has tattooed ace going down his arm, so you can kind of draw that in. So you're going to draw kind of like a sideways A. So it's just like a line going over, down, over, up, and in like that. And then you get a nice little triangle right here for the A. So that's A. Here we're going to get an S, so you can kind of just draw in an S like this, kind of round it off. And now there's also, he has like a line through this. So to draw that in, just draw kind of like an X through it like that. And then you get the C here, which is the curved line and another curved line. And I believe there's a circle in the middle of the C. So there's like, you just draw a little circle in there. And then you get the sideways E, which is a line going over, down, in, up and in, up and in. So you basically just draw an E, like a bubble E, like that. So there's his tattoo. And now that we got his tattoo in, we can kind of draw in his stomach here. So actually, before we draw in the stomach, I actually like drawing in his belt, just so we have like the end point where everything is. So drawing his kind of pants belt thing, right under the belly button, you're going to get like a V, like that. And it's going to curve in and around, and this one's going to curve in and around the line like that. Then we're going to get a line going out here, goes over, kind of down and in. Same thing over here, over, down and in. So that's good for like his pants, and we're going to do the belt, the very last. But now we're going to jump into his musculature, stomach, ab area. So, what should we start out with? So we'll start out with the belly button since we have it down. So we can kind of just darken in this, draw the line going up and over. And then for his abs, they kind of start here, and you just kind of draw a curved line right here, and another curved line about here, like that. And then he's going to have, it's going to be divided, so there's the top ab, there's the middle ab, and then he'd have a bottom ab right there, like that. And all you want to do is kind of just draw in a curved line, go over and in, curve line, kind of curve it up like that. So there's one set. And again, you don't want them connecting or touching any of the other lines. So you want to just make sure they're not touching, they're all by themselves, kind of curve line going up. Same thing over here. Curve up and over. So you get like a series that looks like that. And then you can darken in this line as well. It'd curve out, kind of curve up a little bit and down like that. This line's actually pretty good as well. It'd be kind of like a hard curve in like this, out and over, like that. And then he'd have like kind of like muscles on the side here. So draw them in. You just draw a line going up and kind of curve it over, kind of follow the body shape. And then in the middle here, just draw a line going down and then over for that. And then you get like another one about here. Same shape, so curve line going up, kind of like loop down, kind of like that. Alright, now we could draw in his belt, which is actually super simple. Basically what you want to do is draw a rectangle, but slant it, so it's kind of slanting up like this. And then on the corners you get like straight lines going here, here, and here. like that. There's an A in the middle of his belt, so you can draw that in. Again, just draw like a bubble A, triangle in the middle. And then his belt will be off of this, and it's just this curved line that wraps around, goes over and then in like this. So there's one. Start about here, curve around, dip down, go in like that. And then you draw the hooks or the loops that it goes through, which is just two parallel lines going off the pants like this, like that, and you get one over here. If you want to make it a little bit clearer, you can kind of erase the overlap. Makes it look a little bit nicer. Like that. Super simple, real easy. And just to finish off, we'll draw in the like kind of medallion thing that's kind of hanging off the hat. So draw that in. It's going to be like kind of in the middle of the chest here. I'm going to actually offset it so it won't cover up as much muscles that we drew in. So you just draw in a big circle like this. About there. Again, erase any overlap that you might have. So we're drawing a nice big circle. And then here we're going to lightly draw in a circle, kind of like this. And then I'll lightly draw in a line going out, and then over, and then straight down, like that. I'll zoom in a little bit. And then here to go out, over. So you get kind of like this shape. And then it's going to wrap around like this. And you get a nice little curve line here and here for the eyes. A nice little U shape on the bottom here. Fill that in. Fill that in like that. And then you get kind of like this upside down U for the nose. You could shade in the middle part here. And then you get 3 lines on the bottom like that. And then it also has horns, so draw that in. You just get this big kind of like curve line like this. And it curves in like that. Same thing over here, curve line. And then curves in like that. Kind of darken in this line a little bit. Alright, and then just to kind of finish it off, you can draw in 3 circles on the bottom here. So there's 1, there's 2, and then there's 3. Like that. And then draw a line kind of connecting them in like that. And then this line connects into the medallion here. And it has like kind of like a feather or like fur on the bottom. Just draw that in. You just kind of draw like a teardrop shape like that. And then to finish that off, we're going to just draw 2 or like a kind of wavy line that connects into the hat. Here like that. And we're just draw another line kind of hugging it. Like that. And then one more about here. And it's going to go kind of like, actually, yeah, I drew it going behind. It'll go behind his head. I don't know if that's completely accurate, but that's what we're drawing for this picture. So nice wavy line, hugging it, going in. I'm going to darken the back of the hair here. And then actually I noticed what I forgot on my original picture that I inked out. But we included here if we want. You don't have to because, I don't know, we're just kind of busy. And it kind of looks pretty much done here. But if you want to, Ace does wear beads like around his neck. Very similar to his hat up here. And just to draw them in, if you wanted to, basically just draw a series of circles. Nothing too complicated. Just going around. I actually really like these beads. Like that. And that is pretty much how you draw Ace. Again, wow, it was almost 30 minutes. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a longer one just because, like, I don't know, just drawing like a muscular kind of character, it's always kind of hard. But here's the sketch that we just did. I will put that up right here. And here is the inked version. Stay up, you two. So what you have on the left there is an inked version where if you take an ink pen, go over all the lines, erase all the guidelines. You have what a more finished thing they have on the left, and on the right we have the sketch that we just did. So yeah, no, this is definitely a harder type of picture to draw. So don't feel bad if you don't get it right away. It'll probably take several attempts. Again, this is one of the harder ones. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna try to get more light on. There we go. There we go. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you again, Joe Mama, for the request. If you guys have requests, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. I'll take your name and what you requested, put it on my how to draw list, and then on Sunday when I make a drawing video, I just randomly pick one off the list. It's just what I feel like drawing that day. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.